The Indianapolis Colts take a hit, losing one player for the season and almost losing another. I'm Jim Basketball with the latest ESPN headlines alongside the coach Herm Edwards. Fili Moala, the defensive end, another knee injury for him. He's lost for the season. T.Y. Hilton, a serious scare for T.Y. Hilton. He fell to the ground during a light workout, came up clutching his right leg. When you look at situations like this, and you and I talked about the Sean Lee situation a couple of weeks ago with the Cowboys, as a coach, when you're organizing, and I know it's different now with the collective bargaining agreement, there's less contact in practice. When you're organizing practices or workouts, is there any way you can structure it to where you can avoid injuries like this?
It's very difficult, and it's really a concern for all coaches when you start having what we call competitive sessions with players, because their human nature is to compete. And the first thing you always tell players, especially in OTAs and minicamps, there's no pads. It's about safety. It's about keeping our feet. And you do all these things. You talk about it. You go out. You blow the whistle fast. And there always seems to be an injury or two. And it's a shame, because when you look at football, there's nothing you can do to prevent it. And a lot of these injuries, when you think about a lot of the injuries, are non-contact.
Why is that? Why is that?
I just think the players, because of the way they train themselves anymore, and the muscles that you continually, they never rest, even on the offseason. Think about an offseason for a football player. It ends, if you're not in the playoffs, it's going to end late in December. And then the guys may take, a week or two off. And I know for myself personally, I started training again. And remember, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been doing this since high school.
They're not kind of giving their bodies a chance to heal?
Exactly, and you use the same muscles over and over and over. You seem to be repeating the same muscles, because you have to give them rest. And I think sometimes these players, because it is their job. This is a job. This is not a hobby. And guys on the offseason want to make sure the thing that you can control is being in shape when you come to camp, and knowing that you have to perform at a high level. And guys have personal trainers now. All these factors, I think, are a part of it.
All that being said, we're not even at training camp yet, Herman. And how deflating is it for a team to, whether it's a rotational player or a key player like T.Y. Hilton is to the offense, how deflating is it to lose a player like that? And I know T.Y. is not lost, but it could have been for a team.
Well, it's very difficult, because there's a reason you have starters and you have backups, because these are your best players. And anytime you lose a player, remember, it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect because of the fact you lose one guy, you got to replace that guy, then you got to replace the guy that replaces him. So as guys move up the ladder, you got to find another player, and you're developing players to play in your system. And when you lose a guy like this, it's very hard. And you're hoping if he's lost, he's not lost for the season. And if it happens, you'd prefer it to happen now, before the season starts.
You have contingency.
Yes, because when the season starts, you're really in trouble.
Yeah, for the third straight season, Fili Moala, the defensive end for the Colts, will finish the season on injured reserve. They survive a scare with wide receiver T.Y. Hilton. You can read more about this story right here on ESPN.com. For the coach, Herm Edwards, I'm Jim Basketball.